De mare.
That music makes me so happy because
I know. Like there's a little prayer that goes out to Beto every time it plays, and another prayer that goes your way for just making this video happen, just like as an intro, just as a hey, you're starting, and
just
now that we've started, family,
hello.
peace and blessings. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for being
for tuning in. Tell us. Have you been here since the morning? If you have, what have you been doing, and why have you been here since the morning?
And also, we should say who we are, because I noticed that in some of these videos, after looking at them, that we sometimes don't say who we are. Like you'll go a whole day, and then at one point you'll be like, "Oh, this is what I do," and it'll be like after 6 hours in the day, and I'm like, "Wow!" Like we just don't say who we are.
You know, I was conscious of that with I think maybe the third panel today, just to say for those of you who don't know, but even those who have been tuning in, I don't think we've been saying it consistently. So, who are you?
I'm Alexandra Loves. I help people create the life they want by being exactly who they are. I teach spirituality. You can find me at alexandraloves.com, or you can find me on Facebook, Alexandra Loves. There's an S on the end of Loves. Loves. Alexandra Loves. Hello. We're co-organizers of Africa Week 2020. Welcome.
Welcome. Thank you. Here is the website.
I'll put my Facebook on there.
And yeah, put your link as well. And your Instagram.
Yes.
As well. It sets a tone. What does set the tone? Our giggling or our delirium, or the fact that we're introducing ourselves, or Bodo's beats? Because I mean,
all of it.
Yes. Hello, everyone. I am Dima Mahmoud. I do everything I know how to do to make this world a bit saner, a bit balanced, and vibrating on truth, so we can get our justice. The music, but Joey says all of it. Yay, Joey, and yes, the music. I think we have the first viewer from the Philippines. I think this is a moment to celebrate.
Joe Mar! Welcome to Africa Week. Welcome. Bring
welcome.
Hello, we love you.
Thank you.
I've seen that.
Sorry?
At first, yeah.
I think that's our first viewing from the Philippines. I know we had Japan and we had China our first week.
We're so happy to be here.
And we had Sri Lanka as well in our first week. So very grateful. Please, family, tell us where you're tuning in from. Joe, welcome to the Africa Week 2020 family. We are here to bring our people together. We are here to combine everything we know how to do. And we know how to do a lot. We may not know it. We may not realize it. We may even take it for granted. But we know how to do a lot. And people come to us for a lot. And we sometimes forget. So we have this platform to remind each other.
Yes.
What has been the biggest, I know how to do that for you, Alexandra?
What?
In learning about yourself, because I've definitely been learning about myself throughout this entire. Linda from Nigeria.
Hello.
Welcome back. Thank you for tuning in. I know it's late there, And I love that you make the time to join our family conversations. We will be having the family hour at 6:30. Please tag around, stay around, join us, and tell us something about yourself so we can learn. Alexandra was saying we're here to remind ourselves and remind each other that we know how to do so much more than we think we know how to do. Now, I think I know what was your big discovery of things you know how to do, but I'm curious what you think you found out about yourself that you didn't realize you knew how to do.
I mean, this is not the most profound thing because I'm still absorbing just everything we learned yesterday. So I maybe can dig in and find a more profound thing, but I don't think that will surface until tomorrow, really. But the thing that I realized was, like, in our first event, there was not a lot of sleep, and for good reason. And so then I decided that for this event, I would actually schedule my sleep so that and stay stuck to the schedule. And so what I learned is that I was correct about the fact that I enjoy the event far more when I get good sleep. And so I actually, though I was tired at the end of the day, sleeping made this event a completely different experience for me. And so I'm really grateful that I got to get the sleep that I needed tomorrow. And it turns out that it's not just like for my own pleasure. It turns out that it keeps it like, it's absolutely necessary, because otherwise I get irritable and I get resentful of myself. It's always of myself. And so what I learned is that about myself is that I cannot sacrifice on sleep for any reason ever. Like I can't do it because it makes me sick and it takes weeks to recover. So it's not that, I mean, it's profound for me. It's not profound for all of you out there. Maybe it is. I don't know. Yay to sleeping. Somebody says, Aya. Hi. We love you, sister.
Hi,
Aya. She's at the DMV, she says.
Yeah, well, she's at home. She came and she dropped off the food at Tamara's because she had to stay with Donut. This is my sister, everyone. For those tuning in and don't know, this is my little sister, my little, not so little sister anymore, who's a chef, a fantastic chef. Follow her at Chef Aim on Instagram and amplify her talent and her work. I'm trying to get her to have a series of African cuisine classes on our Africa Week 2020 event in September. So if you're trying to teach something, I don't know, Linda, maybe if you want to teach us how to make some exquisite Nigerian dish, reach out to Aya. Yeah, Aya, I'm volunteering you for this. It's sort of there. Aya has sustained me with food for our first Africa Week 2020 event. The entire week, she just made sure there was food and water and snacks on my table because I didn't leave that table. So I'm very grateful to her. Alexandra,
I do have
very profound. Yeah.
There is one more thing that I feel like is more tied into like the content of what we're bringing, and that is on that panel yesterday when we were talking about dance's movement and dance's protest and medicine. We had in that panel, our panels at Africa Week 2020 have been amazing. This panel had a very special, close place to my heart. And we had a lot of strong personalities in that panel, and it got fiery really quickly in like this really passionate way. And it was so interesting to see. It was like I was watching Earth, Wind, Water, Fire, very specific archetypal examples of those types of personalities and in combinations of those personalities and what happens when they interact with each other. It was a very powerful panel. And my realization in that was as somebody who is trying to find my way back into dance with my body. I said this on the panel. I was like, I feel like my body's broken. I'm like inspired, but also inside I was feeling like a tiny bit left out in my experience. Cause I just, not by anything they were doing, but just like these people move their bodies like regularly. And I have had trouble, and now I'm finally able to sort of do it again without pain. And so I learned, like, I said that a little bit, I mentioned it, and they had so much like healing words for me, and like so many, like so much support. And so I learned a further depth of like, come as you are to Africa. We say this all the time. And so coming as you are to Africa Week we really mean it, because I did, and I got what I needed.
And may you always. I also know that something you're very proud of, and something I'm very floored by and grateful that you found out you can and will and did do it.
Yes.
One of the reasons we're here for is our website. I bet that when I first called you to ask you to give a workshop on self-love, you did not see yourself building an entire website, like a full-on website. Did you?
No.
I go, we have same here in the Philippines, the indigenous people here, still discrimination. The IFs are fighting for rights and ancestral land. Keep fighting, keep
going,
marching,
keep coming back
going. We are here, we are with you, we are sending whatever love, whatever light, whatever power we have to you. And may our ancestors join forces.
Bless you.
Blessings, blessings, blessings. Benya, I hope I pronounced that correctly.
We women are awesome.
Yes, yes. We're not guys, but yes to being awesome. Thank you.
Should we show this website? No, wait, before we do that, what about you?
What about me?
Yeah.
That I am the river.
You are the river.
That I am the river, because for the longest time, like, I understand last minute things. I understand things happening at last minute. I've worked with that. In fact, for the strongest chapter in my entire doctoral thesis was written in 5 hours. 5 hours before it was due.
Damn. There are doctoral thesis people all over the world right now going, what?
Yeah. 24,000 words and some were written in 5 hours. I started writing at 7 and that thing was due at noon. And I didn't go back to edit it. It's the one chapter I didn't go back to edit.
Wow.
And it's the one chapter that both examiners stopped at and said, this chapter is your thesis. Now, so I understand last minute things, but the kind of last minuteness that happened with Africa Week 2020 and that continues to happen, along with the challenges of the internet and certain websites refusing to work, and all websites working except the websites we need to work, and that kind of frustration that would normally take over.
Yeah.
And normally paralyze me to a state where I'm just like, not even I'm losing interest. I'm so fed up and I'm so frustrated. And I'm just like, nope, Pamit, no, not now. I'm not doing it. Done. I'm done. And I realized the power of knowing what I'm doing, why I'm doing it, and who I'm doing it for.
Yeah.
These 3 things, knowing them and having them so clearly in my mind, showed me that I can be flexible. I can be as flexible as it needs to be, as I need to be, as whatever the situation requires. If it means completely winging an entire panel, then it means completely winging an entire panel. If it means going live, knowing that all the people who said they will show up won't show up for whatever reason, then that's what it means. Because at the end of the day, one person coming on here and saying, this program has given me hope, has given me company, has given me reason to think, has given me reason to question, has given me anything, that it has given you anything as a family member, I've realized that that's really all I need. I need to just hold on to that. And
Yeah.
I didn't know I could do it. I always thought that, okay, however last minute, however flexible and free I could go, I needed structure. I need things to just like done.
Yeah.
And I'm very surprised. And I don't think I would have been able to do that if I didn't know I have the kind of partner I have in you. You know what I mean? So also knowing that, yeah, we can weather the crazy, but we need to have someone just as crazy as us and as crazy as the crazy we are dealing with,
Yeah.
to carry this on, right? Someone to remind you, be like, hey, get up and walk around. Hey, you're doing all right. So,
Which is a great segue, if you don't mind, to the fact that we're looking for more of you crazy people.
yes, crazy people unite. So, who's crazy enough to join this team?
It's time. It really, it's time. Look, I'm going to share this right here. Dima and I together were able to put on, and we found our support, right? In May, we had a 6-day event, and 50,000 people came from all over the world, from all over the continent, the United States, Europe, and now we have Caribbean joining us, right? And we are just expanding. But from that event, there were connections made. People found their family. People, businesses joined businesses. Initiatives were formed. Souls were fed. People came out of that event so embraced by whatever this movement is that is causing a healing and empowerment of our people, and a unification of our people. And everybody came back for another event in June, and now we're back for these 2 days. And we want to keep doing it, but we also know that we have to have a team to do. I mean, we'll get it done even if we don't have a team, but we've realized that it's time to grow the team. And so this is our call out to you. And now we have a place to direct you to if you want to be on the team. This is our call out to you. Do you feel what it is that we're doing? If you're new, this is the first time you've seen a video, go back to our videos, go to our website, see if you resonate with the mission, see if you are sparked by anything that you see coming from Africa Week 2020. Remember, it's participant driven. So you might have something that you want to share. You might have people who you know that this voice needs to be heard, right? And so for those of you who are ready to support, for those of you who know you have the experience or are willing eagerly to learn from either of us on how to create something like this, please look at this list right here. We want volunteers of all kinds that can help us with all sorts of things, but this is the team this is the specifics of the
starting point. This is just the starting point. We've had people message us and email us and text us and show up to our events and ask, how can we help? And the truth is, we were so very overwhelmed and continue to be overwhelmed by the love and the insane support that we're getting from everyone, but also, and more importantly, by the excitement everyone feels when we tell them we're doing this. And so when you ask us how you can help, all we want to say is help us do more. Help us grow. Help us be more. Help us do more of this. Because right now, and this is why we're so very grateful to our soul brother, Beto, because one more person who stayed on this team, through the planning from start to finish, even though he was just coming in as a presenter to start with, and to now be a co-organizer, a co-host of this, it made such a world of a difference to this event, to our family growing, to who we were able to reach and who was able to tune in and join our family. So think of how you can do that. If you feel you can do that, who can you connect us with? Because it's not about building the bridge. We're past that. That used to be a sexy cause back then. Now, it's about being the bridge.
We move quickly here at Africa Week 2020.
Yeah. Because you know what? The vision is to look back at 2020 and think that year that coronavirus brought the world to a freeze, locked everyone in their rooms, in their houses, stay where they were, we were able to, sorry, my my sister here, Tamara, is either making sure that I'm eating, come through. Hello.
Friends. How are you?
Everyone, say hello to Tamara, who has opened her house for me to use her internet, enjoy her water, her great curry, her coffee, her sea moss smoothie,
her Wi-Fi.
Her Wi-Fi, yes. Well, I said,
yeah, we the Wi-Fi.
Wasn't that the first thing?
Africa Week.
Yes. She's the one. They're the sponsor. Tamara's the sponsor of of Africa Week 2020's August event. Joey says, "Hola." And we have our first viewer from the Philippines.
Oh, what?
I know. And Stu from Lee.
Superlon is back.
Hi.
Raja Singha.
I see him.
Hey.
And Joey Zaza. Hola, hermano.
Okay, now we go back to what we were talking about. What were you trying to sign language?
You want some more food?
No, I just finished, but some water would be great, please. Thank you so much.
Yes.
Venus is saying, "Hey, Tamara." Hi. What was I saying?
We need an amplifier, a maestro, and an ambassador. If you feel it, come.
And if you have any questions about what each of these entail, let us know. But here's why we need this, and we need it as soon as possible, because we're going to crash and sleep for the next 48 hours, or at least we hope so, but that's probably not going to happen because we are people who, the revolution does not sleep.
No. and we're brimming with all of the ideas. Look, these events build on each other. So during this event, everybody was like, oh, maybe we should do this, or somebody, how about amplifying this voice, or how about putting these people together? Yes, bring it. We're going to go to the website in a minute and show you where you can bring all that stuff. So then when Dee and I are taking a break, we're like thinking about all the stuff, how we're going to put it together. We need your help with that, because we're about to fill a whole week of all your ideas plus our ideas. And we need help with that. We did the last event 6 days with just Dima and I putting together our friends and the people we know. This event was so much easier for us because we had one of you stay with us, Beto Torrens, and partner with us to create this event. Today we had a couple of presentations or sort of conversations that were continuations of what already happened. See, things like waves, and we need people to help us. We want people to help us with that.
And it goes back to accountability, and we go back to your word being your honor. In our inaugural Africa Week 2020, we've asked people to make pledges. One of these pledges was to keep having these conversations, to keep having them live, however uncomfortable they are, however sticky or hairy they might be, to have them live, to hold ourselves accountable, to call ourselves on our failures, to call ourselves on our moments of and all of that. So please, we need you to tell us how we can make this happen. If it's not you, if you're not the one who can help us, but you know someone who can, or you know someone who would be interested, let us know. Alexandra built this website, but we're going to need help maintaining this website. We're going to need help adding on to this website. We're going to need help with our social media. We've been active on Facebook. We're not as active on Instagram. We're practically non-existent on Twitter. And while we maybe don't need all of these things, the truth is all of these places have our family members who we have not yet met. And if one person sees one tweet or one post or someone from their network liking it, we may be losing this person if they don't join. So why not do everything we know how to do? Without revolutionary theory, there can be no revolutionary movement.
So I want to point people towards this on every page of our website. Look at our website.
Isn't it pretty? Can we just send virtual claps and hugs to Alexandra for doing this?
Yeah, Alexandra.
Tomorrow from the kitchen.
So welcome. This, you know, we won't read every single thing, but look, Dima, did you see these? What do you think?
I did.
So I just want to point out at the bottom right here of our website on every page, please sign up on our mailing list. It's how you're going to hear the first things. It's how we're going to keep in touch with you. If Facebook should fall ever under a dictatorial regime and controlled or taken away, please, this is how you're going to stay connected with us, and this is how we're going to keep you connected. So please sign up right here on our mailing list.
Also, if you or anyone you know is a techie, oh my God, you got the seal of approval from Stoops. My brother just said, well done, looks really clean. Now, my brother built his own computer at the age of 15, was it, Stoop? He was 15 or 16 that he built his own computer. He is who I envision when I say techie. And if he's saying,
really? Oh my God,
well done, that looks really clean, consider yourself pinned and recognized. If you know a techie who can help add a platform for us on this website or grow this platform in a way that is interactive, where we won't need to rely on it, just bring them in.
Yes.
And if it's not in one of the 3 things that we just had on the screen now for you, and you still think we need that, tell us. We might not even know.
Yes. You can find out more about Dima and myself here, especially since we often forget to introduce ourselves. But I do want to point out a couple of important pages here. So for those of you who are looking for old videos and you don't want to go through our whole Facebook, you know, we have an archive here. You know, this is our inaugural event, and it's just going to take some time for more of those videos to come up. But if you want to get into our inaugural event, oh, I put password in already. But if you want to get into our inaugural event and see, it's password protected, and get on our list and we will send you the password. I got into it before, so it's not protected here, but get on our list so that we can send you the password, so that you can see all these videos from our other events. I want to bring us to this page. We talked a little bit about it before. Reach out, fam. Dima, what's this page about?
This page is our way of honoring our family members who keep showing up in every way they know how. Whether it is dedicating or donating or giving away 10 hours of their times to have empowerment workshops throughout an entire week of our event. Whether it is dedicating themselves to co-organizing an event and making their phone available for text messages and voice notes at all hours of the day to make yesterday happen, or calling on all the brothers and sisters from across the Caribbean, or simply sharing what we do with your circles. You never know who might pause through your timeline and watch and see something they like, and they connect with us. Share.
Yes.
People who come in with every event, or even if not with every event, but in every way they know how, and when we call on them, they show up. So if we write, hey, we're looking for drummers, we're looking for dancers, we're looking for poets, we're looking for painters, they'll show up, they'll answer, they'll share this with their circles and come back to us with an answer. Reach out, fam, goes back to the idea of Africa Week 2020 being a safe space for our family as people of African ancestry to come together as a family, so that these things that we do online that you're here watching and tuning in, they're not just events. They are family reunions in every sense of that word. They are reminders. They are our call to connect. So reach out, fam. Reach out to us, and reach out to your fam to reach out to us.
So here is where, if you have this going on, anybody can who wants to volunteer, let us know. But if you know that this is you, or you have that friend that's really good at PR or marketing, if you have, or if that's you and you're like, I feel it, I want to help Africa Week 2020. If you have someone who is a maestra, maybe a stage manager, I know there's a lot of managers out there. We want your help. This is you. If you are somebody who knows how to connect big platforms with big platforms, so we can have other groups that have like missions that can bring in a whole bunch of voices that we haven't been able to reach yet. If this is you, or you know that person, the connector, the master connector, this is where you come on our website, presenters and volunteers. We do a little explaining here, but here you go. Here you go, right here. These are forms for you to fill out, and we'll have all your information, and we will get back to you.
Alexandra, can you click on the volunteers app just to show them? Obviously, everything to do with Africa Week 2020 is a labor of love. No one's getting paid.
Yes.
Yet. We may eventually, once we make enough money, maybe when we sell these t-shirts, can we make a stop by the quotes as well, just so we show people what that looks like at some point. But this is the form. It won't take you long, but it'll make our lives so much easier to know how and when to connect with you, and how to ask what we need of you in a way that is mutually beneficial and allows us to grow individually and collectively as a family. So please take a moment, even if right now you're not seeing yourself do it, or you're not able, but maybe down the line, if you're just volunteering to be a dot connector, literally just being a dot connector, being someone we can reach out to. So, if you're one of these people who's like walks around with their Rolodex or their phone has all these kind of contacts from all around the world in all different kinds of fields, we're going to need that kind of help.
Yes.
And the Ubuntu Fellowship. So I guess now is a good time to answer some of the questions that we have about the Ubuntu Fellowship. If you've tuned in to our Africa Week 2020 before, you would have heard about the Ubuntu Fellowship, and throughout today and at some points yesterday as well, we've talked about the Ubuntu Fellowship. If you have questions, please ask us. But I'll just very quickly say the idea behind it, or why we have this platform. Now, we said it's a labor of love, and we said we can't really pay people to come and share their knowledge with us, to share their wisdom, to share their insight, to share their love and their commitment and their passion and whatever it is that they do. We can't afford it simply. We are juggling everything we know how to juggle and trying to, keep the heads above water. What we can do is try and amplify. Not even try. What we can do is amplify in every way we know how. Amplify the work you're doing. Now, if that means providing you with people who will help you do your work, then that's what we'll do. Because you know what? We have younger family members who are so eager,
Team building.
who are so eager to prove themselves to themselves. Because we have this generational transition now that's going on, where there's a bit of a reckoning between the elders and the emerging wave makers that we have, where there's still some, yes, but you need to do it this way. And you have these emerging change makers saying, really? Like, do I really have to do it that way? I bet I can do it this way. So all these eager change makers, all these eager wave makers that we have also want to learn, also want to experience. Because as much as we want to say we have all the power and all the tools we need within, and this is what Alexandra does, this is what Linda will be joining us at the family hour and telling you about this and about what she's doing to amplify her work, to amplify the sisters she works with and the brothers she works with, but also how she's growing. With the Ubuntu Fellowship here, that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to connect these youngins who need this experience, because we still live in a world that will tell us, what school did you go to and how shiny is that seal on the piece of paper you got when you crossed the stage after promising an arm, a leg, a kidney, and hair, and a third of your friends, and maybe some family. And then they decide whether or not you are worthy of stepping into their circle. And once you go through that, you're probably providing tea, coffee, or not even peanuts. You're taken in as an intern, so you're not getting paid. But you're not getting paid, and you're also not doing what you have been taught to do. You're not being taught, you're not practicing what you have tried or what you saw yourself doing. So you're drafting emails and setting up meetings and travel plans, and you actually studied to be an architect, or you studied to be, I don't know, a psychologist, or you studied to be, whatever it is that you studied to be, you're not doing it. You're doing something else. You're doing something to, what's the word? Pay the dues? To pay your dues.
Pay your dues, which is an outdated concept, I think, in the way that we know it.
In that way. In this family, your only due is to your family, to Mama Africa herself. So if we are helping each other grow, that's our due. And no one's expecting you to do it for free. No one's going to tell you to do it for free. You're getting something in return. It's just, as Elaine puts it, as Fusion says, it's the creative currency. We're exchanging our creativity. We're exchanging our power, our expertise, our power of making things happen. We co-create things. Stupilan, we say make ends meet. Yes, to make ends meet. No, we need to meet. We need to meet.
It's important for us to live well. It's important for us to live well and enjoy our lives. And I don't want us to lose sight of that as we have this revolution that creates the new world. This idea that paying dues is, or making ends meet is, barely surviving. We've lived in survival mode for long enough.
And it's traumatized us. And because it's traumatized us, it's generated this sense of lack of trust. It generated this trust that my brother or sister who's right in front of me, who studied what I studied, who does what I do, it generated this feeling that instead of coming together and putting our hands together and saying, let's build together, the trigger in the back of our minds, because we're in survival mode, is how do I get this person out of my way so I make sure that the next opportunity that comes to me and not this person. We need to put that aside. That's how we continue being where we've been.
Or that you're looking at that same person and feeling like, I'm not even going to try because this person is better than, or in some sort of comparison, this person has that shiny, that one more letter on the end of their name, or that person is more deserving, or I don't belong in this room, which comes up over and over again. For me, we co-host this event. It comes up for me. It comes up for people in panels. People have said that as before we go into panels. I don't know if I belong here. Yes, you do.
Yes. When we say the world is our village, we mean the world is our village. You belong everywhere. You belong everywhere you find yourself at any given moment, because there's a reason you are there. So what we're trying to say in doing this, in going from survival mode to living, to thriving, you're going from surviving to thriving, you are first and foremost acknowledging your value.
Bye, Joe. Thank you for joining us.
Bye, Joe. Lots of love. Keep fighting, keep marching. In acknowledging your value, you stop doubting when things aren't going your way. When things don't go your way, you start thinking, how can I make it work? You don't stop and say, maybe I'm not worth it working. You don't stop and say, maybe it's me. Because you know your value, you know what you're bringing in. And that way you're able to navigate. Maybe what I'm bringing in isn't fitting in this isn't my scene, and there's nothing wrong with it. Not everyone is going to be ready and willing to accept what you have to offer. You might be walking in with papayas, and I'm not a papaya fan. I want pineapples, so maybe I'm just going to go look for pineapples, and that's fine. It's perfectly fine. But you know that you're coming in with your papayas. You're coming in with your papayas. That's what you have to offer. Own that, and nobody can tell you that you're walking in with oranges.
Dima, can you tell us a little bit about what it looks like for those of us who want sort of a current, what sort of A, B, and C looks like? Like if I'm a presenter, or if I come in as an Ubuntu fellow, sort of what it might look like?
Okay. So if you're a presenter, we ask that you make a commitment that you will take on 2 Ubuntu fellows. 1 from the diaspora and 1 from the continent. Because again, the idea is we're reaching out, and we're reaching out on both sides. I don't know what's wrong with my camera, but I don't know if you're seeing my hands go out on both sides.
Oh, here.
We're reaching out on both sides. And continent, diaspora, right? And as the presenter, as someone who's going to take on these two fellows, it's going to be on you to make sure you are giving back to them, because they will help you grow, but also that you are connecting them. You're not just going to work with this person and this person separately. You're not just going to send an email and say, this is what I need done, do it, and then maybe have a call a month with them, and that's that. You're really investing in a relationship. You are taking these people in as your own family. Now, I know we say emerging wave makers, and for some people this resonates only as young people, and I know I fall I do that mistake sometimes. But the truth is, our emerging wave makers, our emerging creators are of all ages. Because I'm realizing this in my growing relationship with Uncle Magdi. This man has over 40 years of experience as a senior engineer in petroleum, but he's now like a turned chef, and is giving this advice, and is sitting here building the Council of Elders and thinking who to bring in for the Council of Elders for Africa Week 2020, and which corporations he can join into. And he's absolutely emerging into a field that has nothing to do with what he studied, what he's been working on. He's a retired man. He has no reason to do it, but he's doing it. He's getting engaged. And this is what we're looking for. We're looking for everyone who's looking to help this family grow. So for young people, for old people, for people looking to learn something new and willing to give what they know how to do, you will come to us and you say, this is what I want to learn about. Here are the keywords, and this is what I know how to give. Okay? Now, for the presenters, you already know what you're looking for. You already know what's, like in our case here with Africa Week 2020, we know we need an amplifier. We know we need a maestro or a maestra who will help orchestrate the volunteers that we will have in preparing for the September event. We know we will need an ambassador who will go and help partner us or tell other organizations and other platforms about us as well, right? We know what we want, so we're putting that out there. What we ask from the presenters to do the same. If you're coming to speak at Africa Week 2020, we ask you to give us like a job post. Yeah? We'll post it on our platform. We'll post it on our website with the relevant keywords, so that even if people aren't tuning into the event to hear you speak, to hear you call on whatever fellows you're looking for to help you grow, they can go onto our website. They can go into the openings or the vacancies or the fellowship availabilities and opportunities, and they'll be able to see, oh, okay, there's social media coordinator. And for those of you who haven't seen Malaz's session right before this one, she called on a grant writer, she called on a social media coordinator, and she called on something else that I cannot remember right now. Check it out. But
and those I'll say, we're going to have a page where we post what people are asking for. So yeah, we'll be able to go from our volunteer page and our presenter page to say, what is Africa Week family, also our family that's not just, the organizer for Africa Week. What else are people looking for? And you'll be able to say, oh, this specific person, I want to work with them on this thing. And you'll be able to tell us in the volunteer office.
And it doesn't have to be a long-term thing, although for the fellowship, yes. And we will have for the fellowships, the posting for the fellowships. But let's say you're someone who's working on your master's or your PhD or just the research as a hobby, and you need to interview people for your research. Come through on our family hour and put a call out. Send us an email. Oh, in fact, we have a post on Africa Week on our page right now on Facebook. A sister has called on illustrators. So if you or anyone you know is an illustrator and is able to create a piece that she can then use for her article, she wants to pay someone so that she can amplify their work. If you're an illustrator or an artist who has something in the keywords that are mentioned in the posting there, please reach out. Tell us how to connect you. If it's not you, but you know someone who is, please send it to them or tell us how to reach them.
I know someone.
Please put their name, tag them.
Elijah.
If you haven't seen Elijah yesterday, make time and go tune in to the Black Woman. I promise you, open mic and see, first of all, hear the magic. but see how what was said inspired this piece that Elijah put together and made. And we've agreed we're going to have prints. And then it looks like we're going to have quite the auction for the piece to
Well,
be.
we have to talk to him about that.
Well,
I never mentioned it to him, but we have to talk to him about that. We never got that far.
yeah. No, I mean,
You might want to keep it.
things got hostile for a second. Things got really heated, and then Taj pulled the fact that he lives in the same space and is able to pull it. And I'm not gonna lie, there was a little green monster crawling up my back, like no. But yeah, I'm joking, Taj. If you're watching, I'm joking a little bit. Just if you go anywhere near that painting, though. Okay.
I think all of that is clear. For those of you out there, let us know. Did what we just explain about the Ubuntu Fellowship, was that clear for all of you? Let us know.
The question that we get is how long is the fellowship supposed to last? You do have options. It can go from 3 months to 6 months to 9 months for a year.
You name it.
It's an agreement between you and the fellows, or you and the mentee / coach / we haven't decided what the name of the other side of the equation is. We need to come up with a name for that. If you have a name for the other side of the fellowship, let us know. Suggest a way. But I think that covers it all.
And we'll send them to you. That's the other thing. Once you state what it is, then we'll either have a way for them to just email you, or if it's like something between like someone who's actually talking to Dima or I, we'll actually physically just send them to you. You don't have to, as a presenter, when you decide to take on 2 fellows, you don't have to start sifting through and digging through names.
We'll do the matching. Actually, they'll do the matching because we'll have the postings and they'll see what resonates with them. And then whatever we get for anyone posting, we'll see if it's a fit based on what they have on their profiles and what they can offer and what you're looking for. But you don't have to look for that. And as a fellow, again, you're applying, you're just telling us what you're looking to learn. And we will be doing the matching for that. But we do ask you to take not a serious role, to be active in looking as we put these postings up, because there more and more people keep saying, okay, we're looking for that. So for example, Edfu Foundation has a call out. TRN has a call out for the for media fellows, the Revelation networks. I know we have our own fellows. The Nubia Initiative has its fellow. Like, it's there, it's coming. As long as you're actively searching for it, we will also be keeping an eye. And if something pops up and it's like, this is absolutely a match and we need to make this happen, we will be reaching out and we will connect you.
Yes.
Any questions? Does this make sense? Does it sound messy? Does it sound like you know what we're talking about? Do you know? Do you need fellows? Are you working on something that you could use help with? The fellows also get mentored. Now, in addition to the professional growth, in addition to being able to put on their resumes that, yes, we've taken the lead on doing this, on making this happen, on making this work, on initiating this, that, and the third, you're also getting personal mentoring, personal coaching for your personal development. And I know this is something I personally wish I had more in my journey. I mean, I've been blessed by inspirational people, to have inspirational people around me, but to have this focused relationship, focused conversation and dialogue on growth makes such a difference. And now, as I'm getting it now in my age now, and I continue to say I am looking for mentors. I'm looking for mentors everywhere because I always want to keep learning. There's always something to learn. And you here as a family at Africa Week 2020 continue to teach us, continue to inspire us in so many ways. So let's do this.
I think we got it. I think we answered the questions.
Okay, we have 2 minutes. I want to very, very quickly say what our September event
September.
briefly is about. We won't delve into too
What
much
is-
because we're going to wait until our family grows a bit, our team grows a bit, because, it's going to be huge. It's going to be huge, and it's exciting. And as exciting as it is, it can be overwhelming, as we said. So we're looking at 1 week of all things Africa rising. More specifically, it's all things Africanizing Africa rising. How are you reclaiming your narrative and stepping into your truth in everything you are doing, in whatever it is you are doing? Joey says, I received a lot of information, education, and motivation yesterday. Thank you for yesterday, today, and all that is in our future. Ashe. Thank you.
Zaza.
Thank you for joining us, for sharing your knowledge, for tapping in to our family hour yesterday, and for Sandra tapping in and joining and tuning in and sharing her wisdom and her journey with language. Hope you'll be able to join us in our next. We have our family hour starting shortly. All we can tell you as far as September goes, it's about you. September is African Heritage Month. It's about you. It's about us. It's about the continent. It's about the diaspora. It's about connecting everything and everyone that is to do with Africa Rising. So whatever it is you want to talk about, whatever it is you want to learn about, whatever it is you want to share, come to us and tell us, this is what I want to see.
And
this is how I'm going to make it happen.
Yeah.
And you don't need to do anything but provide me with a link.
And please think, all of you, I challenge all of you now. Hey, Bisu, I challenge all of you now. It is you. It is most likely you. You have something you want to amplify. You've been watching these events and saying, oh, you know what they should talk about, you know what hasn't been talked about yet. You might have seen a panel or interview or something that we've been doing, and this is what happens a couple days after not paying attention to him. This is after any African.
I'm your family too.
It's probably you. It's probably someone you know or an organization you know. Who is that friend or that organization that you know is doing good work that matches?
And we all know, we all have this friend who's doing amazing work, or this cousin who's really, what's the term? Burning the thing at both ends. What?
Oh, burning the candle at both ends, or the midnight oil?
Both. All. Basically doing everything to bring light to their situation. And you ask yourself, you just look at them and ask yourself, how does the world not know about you? How is the world not celebrating? I challenge you to think of your friends and think, who of your friends are you so astounded at the fact that the world doesn't know about them and the work they do? Because I guarantee you, each of us has at least one of them in our circle. We need to bring these people together.
Bring them.
Zaza and Sandra. Yes. 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 And in Zaza and Sandra circles, they each have that one. And in that and it's just, this is how we grow. Yeah. I challenge you to have a post-it, get a post-it in front of you. I invite you to get a piece of paper, put it wherever, in your bathroom mirror, your side night table, your desk, stick it on your laptop, whatever it is. If you're, more of a digital person and not writing, and open a notes thing on your phone and name it Africa Week 2020 September. Okay? If you think of someone who needs to be amplified, put their name down. If you think of an idea for a panel, put the name down. Whatever it is that comes to mind that you want to see happening, if you were the co-creator of our September event, because we are inviting you all to co-create this event with us. You've seen a glimpse of what it looks like when one more person joins. Beto joined, the two of us joined forces, and this magic happened. And now we have Joey Zaza and Sandra, and they're never going to get rid of us.
We actually, there are plans, by the way, Joey Zaza, to have more of a presence of martial arts. One of the things that is important to Dima and I, and something that I'm definitely one of the focuses of this event, actually, and something that Beto has helped with quite a bit, is Beto is gold, right? Says Joey Zaza.
I think that's a t-shirt. Joey Zaza, that's a t-shirt. You just got yourself a quote. You just got yourself a quote.
Yeah. So one of the things that we have initiative to focus on the arts, the creative expressions, and martial arts is a part of that. And that is something that after this event, Beto brought in someone who he brought in Carlos Padilla. Carlos Padilla brought in Jamie Filbert. That's how it works, Africa Week 2020. And so now, because they were here, now there's a focus to make sure that we are representing the martial arts, because that is part of who we are. And that is something that we, across the board, most of us don't know about. So it's important that it's there. So Zaza, stay in touch.
Well, he just said, I said to get used to us. And he did say it yesterday. Yeah. Yes, absolutely. He did.
Okay, my dear, I think
we are ready for our family hour.
Yes, we did it. Refresh your page.
Yes. And get ready to join us in family hour. We will be dropping the link. Ciao.
Bye, we love you.